Hello, everybody. How are we doing tonight? So, we are in here with some more Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. We, I believe, are on day 8 of Unlimited Blade Works, which means we are going on the hunt for Caster's Master. We have a potential for one bad end today, and if I remember correctly which one it is, it's an interesting one. So I will give a quick reminder that a $5 super chat can unlock that bad end. It is fairly early in the day, so if you want to see it, be sure to get that in. Anyways, without any further ado, let's get into it. I see a dream. I see a memory that I cannot reach through a small connected circuit. For what did he fight, and for what did he keep running? He never told anyone about his motives. Everyone around him saw him as either obstinate or a weird person. And on top of it all, he didn't talk much, so I bet he was thought to be ruthless. His intentions were not known. At the very least, nobody knew about them. Hello, Wind! Welcome, welcome! He never talked about his intentions even after he became a hero and was burdened with many things. How are you doing tonight, Wind? That's why he appeared suspicious to the people around him. It's because nobody knows his intention. He conveniently saves people in danger, but nobody knows why he is doing what he does. See, it's inevitable that people would feel uneasy about him. He should have had a reason. EP as per usual. Understandable. Greed, pride, selfishness, lust, vengeance, or devotion. Simple reasons like those which are easy to understand. If he'd had any one of them, such an end should not have awaited him. Obliterated 2 chocolate bars. Ooh, wish that was me right now. His reward for success was always betrayal. The things he picked up sifted through his fingers like grains of sand. He got used to it. He got used to it like an idiot. From the very beginning, his reward was not what he received from the people he saved, but the pure action of saving someone. The repetition of it makes me so mad that I want to punch him, and it also makes me want to cry. The reason he was called a hero. His intention was never revealed to anyone. Nobody around him knew, and he, the only one who had to know, eventually forgot about it himself. That is why I shed tears in spite of myself. To the miracle that in the long, long path between the start and the goal, where what is right or wrong is not definite, he never strayed from his original goal. And the end comes. An excellent savior is only trouble for everyone except the ones he saves. He knew his limits and the vastness of the world. He accepts what can be saved and what cannot be saved. That is why he at least wanted people within his sight to be happy. Many scorned it as hypocrisy and as blind idealism. There were more enemies than allies, and he died at their hands. So this is not a place in this world. This place is the end of him, the illusion that he saw on the verge of his death, the only pride he had within himself. The hero that used this scenery as his weapon falls into his own darkness in the end. the hill of swords that he reached. His battle ends atop this hill, surrounded by rusted steel without a wielder. He is still alone. But he thinks there's nothing to regret if he was able to save everyone that appeared within his sight. And he smiles in satisfaction, lets go of the sword, and crumples down. That's why he never had any regrets. His objective was already accomplished long ago. From the start, he ran with his utmost effort, not for himself, but for strangers who shouldn't have meant anything to him. I rub my drowsy eyes and get up. It's 5:30 in the morning. I don't feel sleepy, so I guess I was able to sleep well last night in spite of everything.
単純にできてるんだな、俺。
I grumble while getting out of the futon and change into my uniform. I can hear faint breathing if I strain my ears. I feel Saber's presence on the other side of the sliding door. Ugh. The instant I wonder what she looks like when she's sleeping, my head blows up. Oh, Shiro.
朝飯だ。朝飯を作ろう。
That's good, that's good. I shake the indecent thought out of my head and go out of my room quietly. Oh, Shiro. The breakfast table. My expectation that it would be a quiet breakfast, considering what happened yesterday.
そこでそのお医者さん、なんて言ったと思う？藤村さんは稀に見る健康体ですから、献血でもしていったらどうですか？うわっはっはっはだよ。私だって病人だって言うの。ああ、もう次からあんなところ行かないんだから。
Is totally destroyed by Fujine, who is more energetic than usual. In terms of horse racing, this development is the dark horse, but something tells me this might have been the likely outcome.
あ、お味噌汁おかわり。玉ねぎ抜いてね。
はいよ。で、それから倒れた生徒はいろんな病院に運ばれたって言うけど、みんなすぐに気がついたのか？
I know a lot of people were not present for last week's stream, so as a reminder, last week, the blood fort activated on the school.
そうね。個人差はあるけど、昨日中には回復したはずよ。
But it was not active for very long because Castor killed Ryder.
4回。1年生の子たちはただ眠ってたのと大差なくて、2年生の子たちは記憶が飛んでる子もいたみたい。3年生の子は2階の教室にいた子より大事はなかったけど、1階の教室はちょっとね。
Fujine looks down as though it's difficult for her to talk about it. I feel bad. Fujine has gone to all the hospitals in this town. She has just seen what kind of conditions the students on the first floor classrooms were in.
ごめん、この話はもうやめる。ともかく学校はいつも通りなんだろ
う？うん。けど3年生はもうじき自主登校だし、体調が悪い子は休んでいいことになってる。3年の子たちほとんどが休むんじゃないかな。
I see. Then it'll mostly be first and second years coming to school today.
なあ、藤根。うちの学校でさ、竜道寺の関係者って誰かな？
一星君じゃないの？彼、お寺の跡取りでしょ？
だよな。はい、なんでもないから忘れてくれ。
I put my bowl down while I look up at the ceiling. The only one connected to the Ryudo temple at our school is Issei. But it's too soon to decide whether he's a master, and most of all, I don't think he is a master.
じゃあ行ってくる。留守番よろしくな、セイバー。
シローも気をつけて。あの校舎から結界がなくなったとしても、キャスターのマスターがいる以上は油断できません。0時はあと一つだけなのですから、行動には細心の注意を。
分かってる。キャスターのマスターを見つけたら、まずここに帰ってきてセイバーに報告するよ。
はい。 期待に添えるよう私も魔力を回復させておきましょう。
Sorry, I seriously can't help but hum this track whenever I hear it. Saber sees me off. It seems Fujine has more things to take care of regarding the incident yesterday, as she went to the hospital right after breakfast. The school doesn't look any different even after such an incident. It's 7:30 in the morning, and the school gate is filled with students. The students are talking about what happened yesterday, creating a rather noisy scene. So, in the middle of it all, in front of the school gate, is Tosaka, standing there like an angry devil. I have a bad feeling about this. I have a bad feeling, but I can't sneak past her since she's in the middle of the road.
Yo, ohayo, Tosaka. 今日は遅いんだな。
I stop and greet her.
つまり一星が怪しいと思うのよ。
Whoa. First thing she says is straight to the point.
怪しいって何がさ。
キャスターのマスター、竜道寺に巣を張ってるキャスターと竜道寺から学校に通ってる一星、これで因果関係がないはずないでしょう。
It's times like this where I really wish I had a live 2D model. So you guys could see me just bopping to this. To the
はいっ
music.
てそんなの偶然の一致かもしんないだろ。
I tried to defend Issei.
そんなわけないじゃない。いい？ここ数週間、竜道寺の山門はずっと閉じられているのよ。部外者は入れないし、寺から外に出てきたのは一星ぐらいのもんなんだから。これで怪しくなかったら、真犯人は誰でもいいってレベルでしょ？
あのさ、外に出ないって言うけど、普通お坊さんは頻繁に寺から出てこないもんじゃないのか？
We're winning the Holy Grail War with this one. Real.
バカ、あんたいつの時代の人間よ。檀家回りあっての総門でしょ。山寺に引きこもってお賽銭だけで食っていけるんだったら明日にでも出家するわよ。
Tosaka might be serious. If Issei was here, I'm sure he'd be yelling that she's an offering thief. I'm interested in what's going on with the temple, but that's not the problem. I should worry more about our surroundings. We're at the school gate. Students coming to school are all around us, and they're all paralyzed at the reckless speech of the school idol, Tosaka Rin.
何よその目。何？エミヤ君は一星をかばうってわけ？
Well, yeah, they're besties.
いいわよ私は。あなたが現実的な推測を無視するって言うんなら、こっちだって勝手にやるんだから。
Historians would say that Shiro and Issei were besties. But our school idol is the only one who does not realize the situation.
父さん、ちょっとこっち来い。
何よ、逃げる気？
逃げない。いいからこっち。
I dragged Tosaka by her hand.
ちょっとエミヤ君。
She can complain later. Just let me get away from here as fast as I can. The morning practice must be cancelled because of yesterday's incident, as the archery range is quiet. Good. We won't attract attention here. So the remaining problem is... Tosaka, who's glaring at me silently.
分かってる。遠坂の言いたいことぐらい俺だって分かってる。分かってるからそんな顔するな。遠坂にすねられるとどうしていいか分からない。
すねてなんかない。
My mind is stunned at the lightning comeback, but I have to deal with her calmly. Issei's life is on the line. Knowing Tosaka, I bet she would do something reckless to test Issei.
あなたこそごまかさないで。キャスターの本拠地は竜道寺で、一星は竜道寺から学校に来ているのよ。だって言うのに、どうしてそれを無視するのよ、あなたは。
Tosaka yells at me. She's right, but I just don't think it's Issei.
何よ、反論があるっていうの？
But I'll die before Issei if I give her such an ambiguous answer. I can't leave Tosuka like this, so I'll have to try to convince her somehow.
よし。どうしても一星が怪しいって言うんだな、遠坂は。
そうよ。エミヤ君にはわからないかもしれないけど、今の竜道寺はとにかく変なの。キャスターが根城にしているってこともあるんだけど、それにしたって揺らぎが大きすぎるっていうか、集まりやすすぎるっていうか。
集まりやすすぎる？それって街から吸い上げてるっていう魔力のこと？
それは関係ないことだから気にしないで。
You're more suspicious than Issei right now, Tosuka.
ともかくそんなところから涼しい顔でやってきてる時点であいつは怪しいの。前からあいつには一発蹴り入れてやんなきゃなんないって思ってたし、今回の件はちょうどいいわ。
Rin and Issei's rivalry will never get old. Tosuka's serious. I heard that they weren't on friendly terms, but I didn't know it was this bad. Actually, what the hell did Issei do to Tosuka? I'm a bit curious as to what could cause Tosuka to be so drastic. No, now's not the time.
そうだな。一星の立場が疑わしいってのには俺も同感だ。
当然よ。これ以上かばったりしたらそれこそ同罪なんだから。
なあ、だから一星のことは俺に任せてくれ。あいつがマスターかどうかは俺がはっきりさせる。
Whoa. It looks like she doesn't believe me at all.
信じろ。一星が友人だからって手加減はしないし、遠坂にも嘘はつかない。だいたいそんな心配はいらないんだ。一星があんな非道をするわけないんだから。
The silent pressure continues. I bet Tosuka's worried that I might go easy because Issei's my friend. Her doubt is only natural, so I just have to endure it. I have to get her to believe in me.
わかったわよ。一星のことはあなたに任せる。
遠坂。
I sigh with relief.
けど、どうやって見極めるのよ。エミヤ君、マスターの見分け方覚えたの？
Tosuka asks about the fundamental deficiency in this proposal.
まさかいつもの調子で「おい一星、お前マスターか?」なんて問いただすわけじゃないでしょうね。いくら協力関係でもね、そんなたわけたことをやろうって言うんなら、ここであなたとの決着をつけてやるわよ。
She's mad. She's really mad.
また大丈夫。聞かなくてもマスターかどうかわかる手段はある。一星の件は今日中に白黒つけるから、遠坂はおとなしくしていてくれ。結果が分かったら連絡を入れるから。
そうね。協力関係ってこういうことだし。
She starts walking away with a gesture that obviously tells me she's not content.
信頼してるわ。けど、あんまりバカなことはしないでよ。もし一星がそうだった場合、下手な行動は命取りになるんだから。
Saying so, Tosuka goes back to the school building. I see her off.
あれ、今のもしかして。
I realize that she might have been worried about me. Gee, Shiro. Alright, that very interesting bad end that I mentioned earlier is coming up very soon. So, as a reminder, if you would like to see it, get a $5 super chat in. It's lunchtime, so I go to the student council room.
邪魔するぞ。
I call out and open the door.
おう、今日はここで昼食か、エミヤ。
Issei is eating lunch by himself inside. Good. This is convenient.
どうだ、調子は。昨日の事件、どんな塩梅になったんだよ。
I sit down at the table and start talking casually.
それが説明されずじまいだ。1階の空き教室に置かれていた薬品がどうしたとか、 そんな当たり障りのない話だよ。昨日
He must be unhappy, and he starts biting on a tough-looking carrot.
しかしお前も運がいいな。昼休みから珍しくサブリかと思えば難を逃れたという。うん、普段の行いがようやく報われたということか。
He now sips on his tea happily. Man, this isn't the right atmosphere to interrogate him, so I'll wait and see for a while. Suddenly, I notice lunch break will be over in 5 minutes.
どうしたエミヤ？何かひらめいたか？
ひらめきはしないが思い出した。のんきに弁当食ってる場合じゃなかった。
I quickly wrap up my lunchbox and turn to Issei.
不穏な空気。
It's coming up very
一等区が
quickly.
金の無心はするな。ねだられてもないものはない。
I get up from my chair. I don't have time. I take a deep breath.
一世、何も聞かずに上着を脱
I clearly state what needs to be done.
なんでそう？
げ。だから制服を脱げ。上着だけじゃなくてシャツもだ。裸じゃないと意味がない。
何を言い出すかと思えば正気か貴様。あれか、新手の押し問答か、そもさんなのか。
そう、せっぱせっぱ。いいから脱げ。放課後になったら手遅れなんだから。
I attack Issei.
やめるかたわけ。貴様それでも武家の息子か。
Leave for a few minutes. Welcome back, Wind.
Yes.
To summarize, I didn't find a command spell on Issei's body. I checked thoroughly, but I didn't find anything like a command spell.
よかった。いや、ほんとよかった。
I nod to myself.
何が良いものか。貴様、ここまでやっておきながら何もないとはどういうことだ。
なあ、そうか。悪かった、一世。事情は話せないんだが、どうしても調べたいことがあったんだ。それも済んだから、もう何も問題ない。
Issei root when? I bow and apologize.
悪いことをしたと思うのなら謝罪の一つもするというもの。
Issei goes silent with a serious face. But now, the search has gone back to square one. If Issei, the one at the Ryudo Temple, is innocent, there's nobody else here that might be Caster's master.
なあ、一世。最近、寺の方で変わったことはないか？
変わったことというと？
わからない。ただ、今までとは違うこととかないかな？
そうだな。最近の話なら見慣れない女が一人いるぐらいか。だがそれだけだ。親父も兄貴たちも静かなもんだぞ。
Issei says so naturally. There's an unfamiliar woman. Could that be Caster? Well, I'm sure she could pretend to be human without a problem. Or would that be Caster's master? Maybe I should ask Issei about it. We have the potential for an interesting bad end here. A very unique bad end. I'm going to give like a couple minutes for a $5 super chat to potentially be given. And then we will carry on. Okay. Okay, hold on just another minute. Okay, I guess we will not be doing that bad end. Alright, then I will just say what it is. If you push the question, if you pick this, you kind of activate like a sleeper agent thing in Issei, and he kills you, and Issei becomes the least relevant character to kill Shiro. It's very funny. Okay, it'll be pointless, so I guess I won't ask. No, it'll be dangerous to talk about this. Issei's living at the Ryudo Temple. If he gets suspicious of this strange woman, Issei might get curious and do something. And if that woman happens to be a master, Issei would be in danger. This is it for today. I'll call it good since I found out Issei's unrelated to the Holy Grail lore.
ああ、そういえばエミヤ、シンジの妹、今日はいなかったな。
え、さくら、今日学校休んでるのか？
シンジも休んでいただろう。二人とも無断欠席。うちで何かあったのではないかと職員室で問題になっている。
I'm at a loss for words, being confronted with a problem I'd forgotten.
お、昼休みも終わりだな。教室に戻ろうか。
Issei pushes me out of the student council room. All the while, thoughts of Sakura's absence and what Shinji may have done after losing Ryder twirl around in my head. Yeah, Sakura probably did not have a great day. It is a sound like hitting steel. Oh right, I totally forgot about this. He arrives at the place breathing heavily. His footsteps are loud, and the rhythm is unsettled. He leaves the door open and staggers forward, as if pulled by his falling body. He looks around. The church is empty, with the morning service already over. The only light is the sunlight coming in from overhead. The silence creates a solemn atmosphere, and the stopped space creates a clear silence. He is like a heresy in it all. No, that is not accurate. To say he arrived is not correct. His ragged breath, his unfocused eyes, his shaking limbs are like those of someone running away. He has come here to find shelter. Now everything makes sense. His desperation is like that of prey being chased by a hound.
戦いが始まって6日。ここに足を運んだのは君が初めてだ。
He straightens his body that's about to fall onto the ground. When did he appear? He looks with bloodshot eyes at the priest before the altar, and he says something. The priest frowns. He did not completely understand the boy, but it seems he's asking for help. He wants protection. A master that has lost his servant may ask for protection under the condition that he withdraw from the war. The place of retreat, the last sanctuary, is this church. And the master of this place is the priest called Kotomine Kirei.
では戦いを放棄するのか、少年。
The boy reacts like fire to the quiet voice.
当たり前だ。僕に死ねって言うのか。いいか、サーバントがいないんじゃ殺しようがないし、マスターなんてやってられない。僕は普通の人間なんだ。いわば被害者側だろ。そういうのを狙ってさ、一方的に殺すなんて不公平じゃないか。
The priest does not answer and only looks at the intruder, as if to peer within his skin, bones, and meat.
なんだよ、なんか文句あるのかよ、お前。
意見などない。君は今回一人目の放棄者であり、我が教会始まって以来の使用者だ。管理者としてここに根付いた父に代わり丁重にもてなそう。
なんだよ、リタイアしたのは僕だけだっていうのか。くそ、みっともない。こんなことじいさんに知られたらなんて言われるか。ああ、それもこれもお前たちのせいだぞ。ライダーなんてカスをつかませやがって、あんまりにも不公平じゃないか。
He strikes the ground in rage. The sound of the punch echoes like a bell, and the priest smiles with great interest.
ではライダーは役に立たなかったと。
そうだよ。たく、大口叩きやがって。あいつ、この僕があんなに手を貸してやったのにあっけなく死にやがった。あれなら他のサーバントの方がよっぽど役に立ったんだ。ああ、それでも僕はうまくやった。ちゃんとじいさんの言いつけ通りやって準備は万全だったんだ。だっていうのにあいつら揃って邪魔をしやがって。2対1だぞ。そんなの勝ち目なんてないじゃないか。そうだ、負けたのは僕のせいじゃない。単にサーバントの質の差なんだ。それをあいつら偉そうに勝ち誇った顔しやがって。
Talk about a sore loser. And he crawls on the ground. He hits the floor, grieves his misfortune, and reflects his obstacles. But his resentful voice disappears quickly. Hatred of his level cannot break the silence in this church.
くそー、くそくそくそくそー。
He repeats his agony. In the midst of it, tap. The priest's footsteps echo through the room as if to break the frozen air. The priest slowly puts his hand on the boy's shoulder.
つまり君にはまだ戦う覚悟はあるということだな。
He looks down at the loser and says so with a kind voice. He cannot understand the priest's words. The priest in black has a friendly smile on his face.
君は運がいい。ちょうど一人手の空いているサーバントがいてね。
The priest offers a new salvation, as if suppressing his joy. School's over. It must be because of what happened yesterday. The students are not allowed to stay at school for any reason. There's still time until the sun sets. Oh, this decision is not super important. So, chat, I will leave it to you. Do we go check on Sakura? Do we get in touch with Rin? Or do we go buy some meat to make a huge meal for Saber? What do we do? Chat may decide. Okay. Chad is not making the decision, so I guess it is up to me. We will go check on Sakura. I'm worried about Sakura. I'll go to the Mato household. I'm worried about the absent Sakura. There's that thing with Shinji, so I'll go check up on her. I went back home once to leave my bag before I came back into town. Sakura's house is on the other side of the intersection, on the top side of the residential district. Oh, now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure this is, what the anime went with. It's about as far as the distance between the intersection and my place. I go up the hill that's unlike the Japanese-styled residential district. Then, yep. In the distance, I see a familiar face in front of my destination, Sakura's house.
Tosaka.
I confirm one more time. Flashy red clothes. That alone captivates my eyes, but her lower half is black, as if to emphasize the red color. She must be matching her black hair. The clothing suits the lively Tosaka. Something thumps. Shut up. Bro told his own heart to shut up. Something thumps twice this time. Damn, shut up. I'm busy right now, so be quiet. Thump, 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 thump. Damn, it's not like a taiko at a fair. Who the hell is it?
俺だ。
I calmly answer. It's my heart that's making the noise. Oh, Shiro. My calm heart suddenly started thumping like it's about to explode. It does not need to be said what caused it. Basically, Emiya Shiro has never seen Tosaka Rin in plain clothes. I can't imagine what I look like right now. First of all, I can't explain why I'm like this. I saw her plain clothes. I just saw her in something other than the school uniform.
切れた。
Shiro, my darling son, you are absolutely pathetic. Man, what's up with me? I don't have any composure. First of all, Tosaka is my ally. She trusts me and is cooperating with me. So I have to answer her trust.
おい、登坂。
I call out to her. Tosaka sees me, gets surprised, and starts looking
登
around.
坂。何してるんだよ、こんなところで。
I go near her. I have no time to resist. Tosaka grabs my arm and pushes me into cover.
背中すりむいた。何するんだよ、登坂。
黙って。
No, it's really soft. My brain is blown away. My heart that I calmed down earlier starts beating like a drum. I bet it's in 16 beat, and I'm sure it'll turn 360 at times.
登坂、ちょっと。
もういいから黙ってて。騒ぐと見つかっちゃうじゃない。
見つかるって何が。
だからあいつによ。ほら、もっと奥に行って。こんなんじゃ隠れきれない。
Tosaka pushes her body onto mine.
登坂、狭。
Be strong, Shiro. We're so close that I'm getting dizzy. I get the feeling that I'm babbling something incomprehensible, but I can't quite understand it myself.
だから静かにしてってば。ほら、見えるでしょ、エミヤくん。さくらの家の前。なんか変なやつが立ってない？
My boiling brain stops instantly. Someone strange is standing in front of Sakura's house?
確かに誰かいるな。金髪。外国人。
そう。さっきからもう30分近くマトウの家を見てる。
A blonde man. Gee, I sure wonder who that could be.
監視ってわけじゃなさそうだけど、なんか尺に触るのよね、あの目つき。
I can't see his eyes from where I am.
遠坂交代しよう。俺も見たい。
バカダメだってば。今出たら見つかるでしょ。って来た。あいつこっちに来る。
We try to hide ourselves in this confined space. The footsteps approach. Aha! There he is! He goes down the hill without stopping. What was that? I think he's a normal human being. He feels real, and he's a legitimate human with form. But I still feel something weird. I don't know who he is, but our lives will come to an end if we follow him. He is so ominous that I can declare so.
あいつ、以前さくらと話してたやつかな。
Tosaka murmurs.
さくらと。
ええ、さくらは道を聞かれたらしいんだけど、何喋ってるかわからなかったとかなんとか。って、だってここにいんのよ、あんたは。
Tosaka jumps out of the back alley as fast as Lancer. That's pretty fast.
いや、それはこっちの質問だった。それを遠坂がだな。こう人を荷物か何かのようにそこに押し込めたんだ。
I explain exactly what happened to her. She must have understood, as Tosaka stops right there. It's good she stopped, but she's now glaring at me silently. Oh, that pisses me off. I also went into a panic because of the sudden event. But it's not fair if she's the only one who can make a face like that. She shouldn't have done it if she didn't want to. Damn, I feel stupid for getting all embarrassed about it.
遠坂、とりあえず一切は関係ない。
I say so while turning away from her.
何？もう調べたの、エミオくん。
調べた。一切はマスターじゃない。信用できないんなら別にいいけど。
おう、それは大丈夫。エミヤくんは嘘を言える人じゃないから、あなたがそう言うなら一世は白でしょう。
Tosaka speaks plainly.
くそ、開けた。
I sigh. I feel stupid for getting angry if she replies like that. And most of all, I've teared up hearing her say that.
けど、どうやって確認したの？一世からはマスターの気配がしなかった。なら確認の方法なんて襲ってみるしかないと思うんだけど。
ね、いや、霊樹があるかどうか確認したんだよ。どんなに気配を殺そうが魔力を抑えようが、こればっかりは隠しようがないだろう。
ああ、そっか。腕を見れば一発だものね。
Tosaka nods in assent. Yeah, his arm. That's certainly the only place where Shiro looked. But she tilts her head in wonder, as if she's thought of something strange.
ねえ、エミヤくん。あなた、どうやって一世の霊樹を確認したの？
どうやったかって、そんなの脱がせたに決まってるじゃないか。嫌がったけど、力ずくで上着を剥ぎ取ったんだよ。
Tosaka freezes while looking at me. How strange of her. What part of that is strange? Shiro. The Mato household is quiet. Shinji isn't here, and Sakura doesn't seem to be here either. While I'm wondering what to do now.
さくらが気になってきたの？
Tosaka says so as if it's natural to ask.
遠坂、マトサクラを知ってるのか？
まあ、ちょっと顔見知りなのよ。それより、弓道部の子はみんな病状がひどかったんで、信徒の方の総合病院に移されてるわよ。藤村先生が走り回ってるのだって、それが原因でしょ。
じゃあ、サクラは？
今頃は病室で眠ってるけど。なるほど、そういうことだったわけ。
なんだよ、その邪悪な笑いは。
別に。けど、そうよね。私への報告なんかより、
いつも手伝いに来てくれる後輩の方が気がかりってなもんよ。ふん、私エミヤくんのことちょっと分かっちゃった。
Tosuka smiles meaningfully. It's really humiliating, but
遠坂、なんでさくらがうちに通ってるって知ってるんだ？
そんなの弓道部に通ってればわかるわよ。ほら、首相の三辻さんと知り合いだし、私。
with that, Tosuka starts walking up the
遠
hill.
坂、帰るのか？
ええ、ここにいても仕方がないし、キャスター探しはまた練り直しだし。明日、学校でアイデアを出し合いましょう。
Tosuka says goodbye and casually leaves. Then, she looks at me seriously from a
遠
distance.
ね
坂？
え、ちょっと聞きたいことがあるんだけど。
いいけど、なんだよ。
例えばの話よ。もしさ、本人の意思とは関係なく、よその家に養子にやられたら、その子はどういう気持ちで育つのかな。
What does she mean with that question? A child that's adopted with no regard to their will. A life where their previous life is all thrown away to be adopted by a complete stranger. People say children cannot choose their parent. Children who are raised by a stranger after they are born, and how they might feel.
エミヤくん？
I get myself together. Why was I so sentimental? I don't even need to think about this question.
いや、どういう気持ちもないだろう。もらわれた先の家がいいところなら文句ないだろうし、悪いところなら文句があるんじゃないか。子供なんてそんなもんだろう。
そっか。そうよね。何当たり前のこと聞いてるんだろう、私。
Tosuka waves goodbye and goes up the hill. Tosuka's house is in the opposite direction from mine. Well, I have to get back to my house before it gets dark. Gee, I sure wonder why Bryn was asking about something like that. Dinner ends before I realize it. I came home, trained with Saber in the dojo, then Fujine came home and I made dinner. We ate it together, and now it's already past 8.
セーバーちゃん、もしかしてあっちじゃ有名な達人さんなの？セーバーちゃんが教え出してからこっち、シローったら別人みたいなんだけど。
I forgot just how much, important stuff happens in day 8. It's really short, too. We're almost done with the day.
それは私も驚いています。ですが、シローの死は別にいるようですから、私の手腕ではありません。
It's not an action-packed day by any means, but there's a lot of really important setup. We're drinking the after-meal tea now. It's good that Fujine and Saber are getting along. I don't want to interrupt, so I'll quietly drink tea and rest my body that is tired from training with Saber.
師匠が2人？ありゃ、二股かけてるってことかな、それ。
本人に自覚はないようですが。ですがまあ、結果がいいので黙認することにしました。確かに、シローは自分に合った戦法を身につけた方がいい。体はとうに出来上がっているのですから、あとは自身をうまく動かす思考を組み込むだけです。
あ、セーバーちゃんわかってるじゃない。そうそう、シローはずっと鍛えてきたんだから、体はしっかりしてるのよ。今まではね、本人にやる気がなかっただけなんだから。
体を鍛える。確かにあのような道場があったのなら鍛錬にも身が入りましょう。加えて大河といういい対戦相手がいたのですから素質がないはずがない。
She nods emotionally and takes a sip of tea. Then,
あの道場で剣道をするのは久しぶりだよ。セーバーちゃんが来るまで あそこは剣道場じゃなかったもん。
Fujine corrects Saber while biting on a rice cracker.
剣道場ではなかった。シロは道場で竹刀を持たなかったのですか？
Saber looks at me with surprise.
まあそうだけど、親父が死んでからは使わなかったからな。
そうよ。シロ、暇さえあれば桐次さんと試合してたのに、桐次さんが亡くなったら途端に竹刀を持たなくなってさ。
Munch, munch. Fujimura Tiger nibbles on the rice cracker while resting her head on the table. I have a bad feeling about this. When Fujine acts like this, the conversation always goes to...
ああ、どうしてかな。あの頃は剣道少年だったのに、今じゃプー太郎だよ。そりゃお世辞にも剣の才能はなかったけど、弓道はちょっとこの子大丈夫なのかなって思うぐらいだったのにやめちゃうしさ。
やっぱりそうきたか。うちね、昔の話なんてやめろよな。後ろ向きだぞ、そういうの。
I glare at her. Fujine sulks and eats the rice cracker. Phew. It seems she's done now.
ほう、シロの幼年期の話ですか、タイガ。
So why do you have to bring the conversation back up again, Saber?
何？聞きたい聞きたい。
興味があります。
よーし、ならお姉ちゃん話してあげよっかな。
The morale of Fujimura Taiga's army goes up due to the reinforcements brought on by Saber. I guess it can't be helped. I don't want to interrupt, so I guess I'll drink tea silently. I'll carry out my original intention of resting my body.
それでね、今はこんなにひねくれちゃったけど、子供の頃は可愛かったのよ。人のことを疑わなかったし、お願いすれば何でも二つ返事で引き受けてくれたり。
うんうん。
でも妙に頑固なところがあってね、一度決めたことはなかなか変えなかったりしたっけ。そのあたり、桐次さんとは正反対だったかな。
桐次はシロとは正反対だったのですか？
そうだよ。桐次さんは何でもオッケーって人だったから、いいことも悪いことも人それぞれ、人生なるようになるさって人だったな。そのくせ困ってる人を見たら何とかしちゃうのよね。シローもそんな桐次さんの真似ばっかりしてた。シローは桐次さんよりはっきりしてたから、悪いことはダメだって町のいじめっ子をバンバン叩いてたっけ。うん、その時からシローは正義の味方だったんだ。
Fujine happily talks about boring things. And beside Fujine...
なぜシロは正義の味方なのですか？
Saber asks me a natural question.
いや、なぜって聞かれても困る。単に憧れてるからじゃないか。
憧れている。その正義の味方に。
うん、まあそうだけど。
It's embarrassing if she says superhero outright.
それはどうして？
どうしてって。
I realize at that moment, there's no reason. Emiyashiro has admired superheroes since he was a child. I kept on running so that I could be of help to people, so that I could help people who are sad. That does not change even now. But the reason behind it, why did I try to be of help to people? I'll make your dream. That's the answer. That was the end of the person that meant everything to me. He died peacefully because of a simple statement I made. I wanted to protect that trust he had in me, even after he died, so that he would be able to rest in peace. But is that really the right reason?
シロ。
I hear my name and get a hold of myself.
いや、悪い。先に戻る。
Driven by an unknown uneasiness, Driven by an unknown uneasiness, there we go, I get up. I leave the living room as if running away from something. No, not as if. I did run away. It was a natural question, but I was scared something might be revealed if Saber stared at me like that.
なんで何が怖いってんだ俺は
An uneasiness that I don't understand myself. A shapeless fear, an attacking nausea. I hurry to my room, bearing the headache. Fujine went home, saying that she had work to do tonight. Saber is sleeping in the next room like yesterday. I can't sleep tonight either, so I stare into darkness. It's not that I can't sleep because I'm conscious of Saber. Why do you try to be a superhero? It's because of those words. That question is still in my brain. She asked me why, and I answered because I admire them. It's obvious why I ran away right then. Because if she had asked me why I admired them, I wouldn't be able to come up with an answer. No, I have an answer. But I'm unconsciously restraining myself from ever saying it.
正義の味方である理由
Why ask that now? I was just desperate to be like Kiritsugu when I was a child. I admired superheroes because there was an ideal I could not make come true. That should be the cause. The true form of the ideal I have. No, the ideal I've had since 10 years ago. I glared into the sky, thinking that if I could save someone, it would be a lie unless I could save everything. But which one is the lie? The ideal called a superhero that I've admired? The older I get, the more Emiyashiro strays from the ideal. The ignorant child that did not know of limits has learned of limits through knowledge. What cannot be saved, cannot be saved. A miracle is something too big for humans. But I believed I could be like Kiritsugu when I grew older. But all I obtained was the wisdom to conclude that an ideal is just an ideal. All I can do are remedial measures. Even though I've been attacked with the fact that it's meaningless, I've continued to do whatever I could, thinking that it's good enough if one person is saved by my actions. Even though my objective is to save as many lives as I can, I've lost a lot of things on the way, but I continued so that I wouldn't lose. Even if I'm battered by reality, I can keep standing if I don't accept the loss, even if I'm only bluffing. That ideal, the ideal not to hurt anyone, is beautiful. I'll make your dream. Yes, I just thought that if nobody was going to do it, I would inherit his dream myself. That's why I must become a superhero. I have to succeed Kiritsugu and protect what he admired. If I can create no victims and if everyone can keep living peacefully, how good would it?
そんなものはこの世のどこにもありはしない。
うるさいやってみなくちゃわからないだろう
I desperately reject the words that come to my mind. He told me to drown in my ideals and die. Those words are ominous, as if correctly predicting Emiyashiro's end. And that is the end of day 8. Now this is definitely a shorter stream, but my throat does hurt a bit, so I do believe we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping things up here. Thank you to everybody who stopped by tonight. Let me see. Next week, we will be... Yes, next week we will be ambushing Caster's Master. Very exciting. Tomorrow we're gonna be playing some more Grand Blue Verses. So I hope to see you all then.